Here is the 59 Cadillac core support. And the problem with the core support is that the 62 is a little bit shorter and the 59 is a little bit taller. So here's my plan. I'm gonna measure it and I'm gonna take about 3 inches off of either side of just the top support. Basically what I'm gonna do is, I've already cleaned off the little areas right here and here, and as you can see, just a spot weld holding it. I'm gonna take all those spot welds off both sides, and then I'm going to shorten these sections right here. Then put the core support back on, tack weld it on, and I should be back in business. Just a little tip to make sure that your alignment, because if you want to convert your, say, 60, 61, 62 Cadillac Miller-Meteor ambulance into a 59, just a little tip when you do this part. The alignment of this bar across, what you want to do is, at least what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line with a marker straight down, so I know that that line is my true center of where this should be on both sides, and as long as that line matches up when I put the top bar back on, should be good to go. So let's see how this turns out. All right, once all the spot welds have been taken out, get yourself a little hammer, just like that. It's loose. Also, just a quick tip, because things can get confusing sometimes, and if you don't have to take pictures, it doesn't hurt to just write back on it so you know which side is what, and you're not sitting here for the next hour and a half looking for a photo, just hoping to figure out which way it goes. Just a little FYI. All right, now that I got it off, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the inside up, POR it, let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll start my measurements to cut that and get that done. But also, when you're dealing with old metal like this and parts, always make sure to check for brown recluse and black widows, because I just came across one, and yeah, that definitely will put the coffee in the cup in the morning. All right, so I've got the pieces cut. Once this comes down just a little bit, it'll give me 20 and a half. I still need to modify this, and then I'm going to take the piece that actually fits up inside. I'm going to cut this down a little bit and be able to cut this out, and I'll put that piece back up and weld this back to that. That way it has points to mount there. And then after that, go and tack everything up and then give it a good clean, and it'll be ready to rock and roll and test fit into the car. Hold up. This is where the part of the video where you're not going to see a lot more of me working on the core support. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible, because I know people that are doing the same thing, changing a 62 or 61 over to a 59. As I was making the video and I was working on it, I had a gigantic boo-boo and cut my hand really, really bad. So that kind of put an end to me working. But my dad came and he helped me a little bit weld up and get this all cinched up, because I couldn't really use my right hand. And I can tell you one thing, it hurts. I did a good one. So let me talk a little bit about the core support as it is right now. All right, so here it is. I've got it measured out. It is the exact same width, top to bottom, as the 62. And that'll allow the hood to close, because if you use the 59 as comes stock, well, the hood doesn't want to close. It's about a 3-inch gap, which is what I cut out. Now I still need to put these back in. These supports right here go up on the inside right here. Go about right there. That's going to go to the inside. What I'm going to do is just cut the sides off, drill some holes through here, and just spot weld them in place. And then of course I can spot weld them here, and it'll be in business. I may put a couple more supports on here just to kind of strengthen up the core support. Hopefully by next weekend that core support is back on the car, and I can start working on modifying the fenders to accept the length of the front end, because 59's the core support sits a little bit more forward versus the 62 sits a little back. So I have to modify the fenders and where the fenders mount, which I took these off the 59 I got down in Brownsville, Texas, was a parts car, where I'll be able to use these and move the fender support forward where it'll mount up to the 59 core support. But it's going to be a couple days. I got to let my hand heal up, because it doesn't take much to start gushing and all that jazzy stuff. So take my medication, rest up a little bit, maybe catch up on a movie or two. Kind of sucks, because I was pretty much moving on this thing and feeling better about it, but hey, it happens. Accidents happen. It was my my boo-boo. So I hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend. Make sure to check out all the other videos. I'm going to start trying to post a few more and some more content on the paranormal stuff. But yeah, until next time, it happens.